In 1984, director Wes Craven unleashed A Nightmare on Elm Street to unsuspecting audiences around the world. The film revolves around the fictional character Freddy Krueger, a former child killer who, after being burned alive by the vengeful parents of his victims, returns from the grave to terrorize and kill the teenage residents of Springwood, Ohio, in their dreams. The original film was written and directed by Craven, who returned to do a couple of the sequels, Part 3, I think, and Nightmare, A New Nightmare, which may have been number 5 or 6, I'm not sure. It also spawned a crossover film series of Freddy vs. Jason, along with a reboot in 2010, mini novels, comic books, and a television. There's also a game on the Nintendo. But we're here to talk about pinball, baby.
The kids of Elm Street don't know it yet, but something is coming to get them.
There's something out there, isn't there?
You could just see cuts happening.
What did that, Lieutenant?
I don't know.
What's the coroner got to say? He's in the jar and puking since he saw it.
They're gonna kill me for sure.
Did you do it?
There was somebody else there.
He was locked in a room with a girl who went in alive and came out in a rubber bag.
No one knows where it came from or who it will visit next.
Nancy? There's something wrong with you. You're imagining things.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Do you believe in the boogeyman?
No.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
No!
She's the only one who can stop it. If she fails,
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
no one will survive. From Wes Craven, director of The Hills Have Eyes and Last House on the Left, a new masterpiece in fantasy terror, Nightmare on Elm Street.
10 years after the film released in 1994, Gottlieb Premiere released Freddy, A Nightmare on Elm Street, the Pinball Machine. It's everything you'd expect from a Freddy Krueger pinball table. There's a giant disfigured Freddy face, a fiery furnace, clawed fingers are on the full display. Fans of the movie will be thrilled with a clawed ball save, 4-ball multi-ball, and voice effects from Freddy himself, Robert Englund. And although it isn't cheap by any means, it is one of the lower cost DMD machines in the collector market, and therefore a good entry point for a horror fan looking to get into the hobby. The player begins in the awake state, which is the normal play mode. When the player falls asleep, they enter a nightmare play mode. The player may enter a nightmare play mode from the plunger skill shot, the 1-2 mystery feature from shooting the boiler room, or from time. During any nightmare, the player attempts to defeat Freddy Krueger by shooting any of the flashing Freddy shots. Each shot increments the Freddy meter billboard. Completing this meter qualifies the boiler shot. Making the qualified boiler shot defeats Freddy. Awards 10 million points times the nightmare number and returns the player to the awake state unless multi-ball is still in play. If multi-ball play is still active, then the jackpot shots are qualified. While the player is awake, they can earn items which can help them out during any nightmare. These items are multi-ball, extra power, and set alarm. If multi-ball is earned, then the nightmare begins with automatic multi-ball play. If more power is earned, then during the next nightmare, each Freddy shot increments the Freddy meter 3 places instead of the usual 2. If set alarm is earned, then 5 seconds before the end of the nightmare, the boiler shot is qualified to grab Freddy. If the player grabs Freddy, then the nightmare continues into the awake state. During any nightmare with multi-ball, the left lower target flashes to add an additional ball. Some reviews from some of the Pinsiders over there. Here we go. I don't have names. I didn't do my best research on this one, so sorry. I'm just going to read the review. Gottlieb System 3 Pinball, one of the last. It's a dark theme machine that some people may not like. Don't expect the flow of the Bally Williams machines of the era. The theme is very well implemented. If you really like the character in movies, you will like this machine. This is not a very good option for a 1-2 machine only collection because it doesn't offer much variety, but in a big collection of 5 or more, I say, I would recommend it if you like the theme. This machine is better to look at and display than it is to play. It feels like it might appeal more to a horror fan than a pinball fan. You will have fun, but there's so many better options out there. This guy says, the good. Well, very well implemented theme, real quotes from Freddy that taunt you during the game. The body graphics are very good. The back glass is very nice also. The film features are well made. Freddy's head spits balls. The boiler lights up in yellow and red like it's on fire. The third button claw save is an amazing move when done right. The captive ball shot is hard and requires skill. Good shots from the upper right flipper. The bad, the glove flipper is useless and lots of times broken on the machines. There's a very open play field, too open sometimes. No ramps to shoot for, no spinner, no nothing really. There's simple rules and objectives that might get kind of boring pretty fast. I think it's a beautiful machine. It looks amazing. That Freddy head is awesome. What do you guys think? Thanks so much for checking out number 3 of Kevin's top 7 horror-themed pinballs of all time. Be sure to come back next week for number 2. More to come. Stick with us. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. We'll see you next time. Captain!
With